What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review, and this time we're taking a look at the parody movie, Not Another Teen Movie. Let's make this short and sweet and to the point. I've always liked Not Another Teen Movie. I grew up with this movie. This movie came out when I was 11 years old. I have liked it then, and I like it now. Now, is this movie high art? No. Is the comedy clever? No. Do all the jokes land? No. Is this movie entertaining? Yes. Yes, it is. I think Not Another Teen Movie is really entertaining. And even though a lot of the jokes don't stand, and I don't really get a lot of the references because I'm not really a big teen movie watcher, the references I did get, I laughed at. And even the references I didn't get, I still laughed at it. Not Another Teen Movie. The basic structure of this movie is that it takes elements of She's All That and American Pie, and it just pokes fun at them and makes fun of and over exaggerates basically what those movies are all about. You know, like She's All That, a movie that I didn't really see when I was growing up, but I know of it. The basic plot line is that a couple of high school kids make a bet to turn the ugly girl into a prom queen. That's pretty much what this movie's. That's pretty much the general plot of another teen movie. And then you have elements of Never Been Kissed with Drew Barrymore, American Pie, Breakfast Club, which is another big one, and a lot of other movies. Mostly John Hughes. Mostly the John Hughes teen films are parodied in this movie. And listen, some of them is done really, really well. Others is not so much. But I do like a lot of the jokes in this movie. I do like the majority of the cast. I find very entertaining. Chris Evans. This movie was my first introduction to Chris Evans as an actor, and I thought he was hilarious in this as Jake Weiler, the popular jock. I thought he played his role really, really well. The actress who played Janie, I thought she was fine too. Eric Christian Olsen, who plays Jake's best friend Austin, I found his character to be really hilarious, and I think the chemistry between Olsen and Evans is really untapped in this movie. I don't think they got enough screen time together, to be honest with you. And I also like some of the supporting actors. You know, I like Randy Quaid as Janie's dad. I think he's absolutely hilarious. You get the characters of Mitch, Ox, and the other character whose name I can't remember. They're like the three best friends who are pretty much a parody of American Pie and The Breakfast Club. Their best scene is when they where they share a cameo with Paul Gleason, who reprises his role from the principal from Breakfast Club. And the entire parody of that scene is absolutely hilarious. And it actually has my favorite joke, where the principal is just handing out detentions left and right, and then Mitch just gets on his nerves. So pretty much Mitch just starts saying anything and everything to get himself detention. You know, the guy's like eeny meeny miny mo. You know, it's just hilarious. So you gotta watch it. It's fun stuff. The subplots and some of the subplots in this movie aren't all that great. There's one that's taken right from Cruel Intentions, with Jake asking his stepsister to help him. Of course, since it's a parody, it's portrayed as his real sister, and I thought that shit was just disturbing. The whole idea of Jake's family being completely just incestuous is just weird, but I do like how Jake's the only one who finds the weirdness of this, and he's grossed out along with the audience. This joke I didn't find funny, and I actually think that they were kind of pushing it a lot with it. I wasn't really buying it. I didn't like it. But some of the jokes I did like. Like I said, the Breakfast Club parody, I heavily enjoyed. There's this one scene where Jake is singing "Janie's Got a Gun" in the middle of a football yard, and that shit's absolutely hilarious. The whole football sequence with Reggie Ray and Mr. T, I thought that shit was funny as hell. Ed Lautner, who plays the coach, he's a supporting actor who I love, who's constantly saying, "God damn it, God damn it." No, I thought that shit was absolutely hilarious. This random ass musical that happens in in the beginning of the third act, I think it's completely just stupid. It's dumb, but it's funny as fuck, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. Yeah, I don't know what really to say about Not Another Teen. How do you review a movie like this? I don't even know. I'm just shouting off like shit that I actually found to be funny. Like I said, I thought the actors overall, no one turned in this Oscar-winning performance. But I mean, you're watching a parody movie called Another Teen Movie, but nobody was bad either. Like this movie has a cast that looks like that they feel like they're enjoying themselves, not they're having a lot of fun while making this. And while you're watching it, you can see that radiate off the screen. Now, of course, you'll get a couple of clever jokes here and there, but most of this humor is just very crass. It tries to be funny, but it's not funny. There's this one joke of a girl who's taking a shit and she busts through a classroom. That's not really a funny joke. It's not really funny at all. The whole Bring It On parody is slightly humorous. Like, I like the movie Bring It On. I thought the jokes about it were okay. But that's pretty much me. I didn't really find them all that funny, especially the Sheila with Tourette syndrome. Like, that got maybe one chuckle out of me, and that was it. Didn't really find it funny at all. Dion Richmond as the token black guy, I thought he was funny. Actually, I thought he was hilarious. The American Beauty parody that they did when Jake's girlfriend leaves him for that, I thought that was, mildly entertaining, not really all that great. And Jenny Briggs herself, who's like this unique rebel, like, she's even hit and miss. And there are certain moments where her acting could be a little just, subpar at best. But the running gag of her being an ugly cry, I think is hilarious. This whole running gag of a guy who's trying to start the first applause, I think is actually funny. And I love the payoff of Janie's best friend actually starting the applause and the guy getting pissed off about it. I thought that shit actually had me laughing a lot. So yeah, there are some jokes that are pretty clever, and then there are other jokes that are not clever. Some of the cleverness I do like. I like the whole idea of Mr. T being the wise janitor. I thought that was funny. The cameo by Molly Wingward at the end, I thought was actually really funny as well. Like, this movie does have some gems in it in terms of its humor. It's not all the way bad, but it's not fantastic either. Like with this movie, you get what you get. Are there movies that are better than this? Absolutely. To tell you the truth, the movies that this movie's are parodying are better than that. But if you're just watching a movie for just a good time and to get a couple of chuckles, then yes, rewatch not another teen movie. You're going to get laughs out of yourself. But overall, as a grade, I'm just going to give it a solid 6 out of 10. I still enjoy this movie for what it is. It's funny. It's not the best parody movie. I think Scary Movie is better. But for what this movie has to offer in terms of parodying stuff like from the John Hughes era and from like the 90s with American Pie and stuff like that, yeah, American Pie gets the job done. It's got some laughs in it. It got a decent cast that lets us enjoy themselves. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for Not Another Teen Movie. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections down below. Like the video, and subscribe. And I'll check you back next time for more.